Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another video. In this, I'm going to be showcasing my custom siege map that I built in Minecraft. It is completely custom with inspiration from most maps that are already in Siege. Um, this is not an already made Siege map, like this doesn't exist in Siege, but it's a concept that I think would be absolutely awesome if it did exist in Siege. Now, it is slightly modded with Builder Pro and with Prisma visuals to make the map look better and add more options for building, such as lampposts and more things you'll see inside the building. To get started, I'm going to show you that there are 3 floors. There's a basement with 1 site. There is an upstairs with 1 site, and there are 2 sites in the main first floor. So these are the overhead maps for each floor, and the way I did this is used structure blocks off in the distance way over there. Um, there are copied versions of each floor of the map laid out so that I could make these maps possible. So let's get started with outside. Um, this is bus station spawn because, as you can see, there's the bus stops here. And around the map are barrier blocks so that you can't wander off into the woods. Um, I'm going to show you guys around. This is street, very similar to Oregon. This is directly inspired from Oregon Street Spawn, by the way. You got these police tape here that stops you from going this way. Um, However, I will go over it to show you all the other buildings that are here for decoration. This is kind of like Cafe Dostoevsky, where you got the extra buildings on the side and like in Bank as well. Now, let's go to main entrance. There are certain points that are able to be spawn peaked. However, I did actually go out of my way to make sure that spawn peaks are mostly impossible, while leaving some that are possible but difficult so that it's more balanced. So starting with first floor, this is your main entrance hallway. You got the office over here. This is not a site. Um, then you have bathrooms, showers over here. And then this is B site for what's it called? Kitchen and warehouse. So this is warehouse. The bomb sites are marked with armor stands wearing gold and holding a redstone torch. So this is a bomb. Um, so this is warehouse, site number 1. Now to play this, you would reinforce these walls here. You would reinforce this wall here. Probably put a barricade on that door there. If we were running frost, I would put frost mats, thorns, or thorns on these 2 windows here. This is a drone hole leads directly to outside. This would probably be reinforced as well, or with hedge holes, whichever you would decide. However, this wall here, you would make this as a rotate into kitchen, which is a site. This is a door that I would personally barricade. I would reinforce freezer as well, and somebody would need to go upstairs to get the hatch. Um, Then you have these 2 windows here, which are kind of like in border in Teller's room. And then I would also barricade this door here as well. And this is a hatch that leads down into basement. There's a drone hole here. Here's the other bomb. And there is no hatch for upstairs and kitchen. So let's go back to warehouse and put that wall back. This is garage, and these are cameras, by the way. All the cameras throughout the entire map are marked by a white fence with a heavy core for the mace. So this is how you know where the cameras are, and once I get back outside, I will show you guys the rest of the outside cameras. Um, this is a direct main breach as well, so if you want, you could reinforce this. I wouldn't waste time on it, though, given that you can't actually reinforce this hatch. This hatch leads directly to the roof. Um, in the van here, there's a spot where the attackers could just jump in real quick to drone everything out. Um, Going here, this is yellow stairs and serving room. You have a storage closet here. This is basement stairs or yellow stairs basement. Um, this is what's it called? Mini bar. Um, Here's another camera right there as well. I believe, yes, there's a camera right there as well. There should also be one, yes, here in basement. Now, I believe there's 28 total cameras, which is a lot, but personally, I think it's just enough because this map is kind of big. There's a camera in here. This is map room, which shows you an overhead view of the entire map. So this is front facing, and then on the sides it shows you each floor. So this is what map room looks like, and I'll let you guys take a look at the full map for a second. All right, let's move on. This is basement stairs, tarp stairs. This is hallway 2, art gallery hall. I would probably name it because there's all these different artworks. This is art gallery hallway 1, art gallery hallway 2. This is library here, which leads directly to main entrance hall and also office. This is spiral stairs white or just white stairs, which leads to upstairs and basement. Um, this is a window that you might be able to get a spawn peek of, though, but it is really hard because of all the bushes and stuff. This is a window that I would personally keep watching as a defender because that is a main breach into the second site that we are going to get into, which is right here. I would reinforce this and maybe reinforce this, but this is red dining and yellow dining site. This is A site and this is B site. You got these two windows over here, this spot in the corner here. Um, there's this hatch above, and these are soft floors. These wooden floors are soft, so you can ram these. Then you have this, which would be a rotate directly into yellow dining. And then, oh, let me just get rid of this. Over here, there's this privacy wall inspired directly from Calypso Casino next to the cigar room. This is a reinforce. This one you would reinforce. This is a hatch into basement. Once again, you'd reinforce these walls and reinforce that hatch as well. Now, before I wander too far, there is this one room here. This is, what's it called? Reception. There's this window here. There's a backside door here, and another window right there, which has red stairs right next to it, which leads to upstairs. Now, I think there's, actually, I think that's all for downstairs. Yeah. Okay. Um, Now we're gonna pivot over to upstairs. So this is upstairs reception for checking into hotel or your what's it called? Your bedroom, or if you're staying the night. This is like a bed and breakfast Roadhouse. The map name is Roadhouse, if I didn't already mention that. This is gallery closet, which is an outside soft wall that you have to rappel to. There's this hatch that leads directly into main entrance hallway. Um, this is statues gallery 1, which is a site, and there's this hatch. This one leads directly into the hallway in front of kitchen. Um, then there's this, which is a soft wall. Um, and this is also a soft wall here, which would be made into a rotation, I think. Wait, no, hold on. This was a site before I changed it. Um, I would reinforce this. Reinforce this. Either rotation here or rotation here. I don't really know which one I would do, but this does lead. Oopsie. This leads into a bedroom. I'll put that back in a second. This would be reinforced. Um, this would be barricaded, which this leads to aqua or aquarium, if you will. Privacy wall, though it looks like it, this can't be broken. Um, And this is also a soft wall, I think, if I'm correct. Yes, that's a soft wall. Alright, let's go ahead and put this back here. What kind of painting did I have here? No, I don't think it was that. Hold on. It was one that covered the whole thing, though. I know that. Oops. Unless I didn't have it that way. Interesting. I think we're just gonna have to go with, oh my god. Stop it. That one. Thank you. We'll just go with that one then. Um, that I don't think that's a softball. Is that a softball? It is. Okay, so this you would also reinforce this wall here. Um, this is aquarium. This hallway leads into statue's closet. This hatch, where does this lead? Into kitchen. Oh shit, there is a hatch for kitchen. Damn, I didn't even notice. This is a freezer hatch. Oh wait, I mentioned freezer hatch already. I'm dumb. Um, this is yellow stairs. Um, I'm not sure what I would name these rooms. They don't really have much to them other than there's a camera in here. There's also a camera here. This is kind of like that site downstairs. This leads directly into aquarium, and this is directly outside. And this is a wall that you have to rappel on because you cannot jump in through here. Um, this is storage closet. This is upstairs library or lounge. I guess I would name this one lounge. Um, this is leads out to balcony. This is a hatch that leads to red dining, and this is upstairs bathroom. This is red stairs over here, and apart from the balcony that's over here in yellow and the jacuzzi balcony by statues, this is all for upstairs. Over here, this is jacuzzi balcony. Now, let's head into the basement. We'll go through yellow stairs to go to basement. So this is basement storage. Tarps, blue tarps. This is boiler. This is not a bomb site. This is just a boiler room. There's this soft wall here, which leads directly into drug lab, which is a site. That is the wrong wall. Um, I can get rid of this too. We go over here. This is a soft wall that doesn't really need to be looked at, just something to help the attackers. Um, this is sinks. This is a not a rotate. You would reinforce this. Um, this is drug lab, which is a site. Um, this wall you would reinforce over here. This wall you would reinforce. This wall you would make a rotate because this is B site. Now I will get to that in a second because that one's really cool. This is just another rotation section. Over back here, pay attention. These are soft floors, so somebody could ram those. Now over this way, this is a hatch that leads from library. This is library storage, bunch of empty shelves. This is I forgot what I named this. Um, shipment storage, I think. This would be reinforced. There's a camera right here. Um, and this is escape tunnels, or escape room, I guess I would call it. This leads directly to outside, which has a push similar to the map layer. And then there's these holes in these soft walls, which are done on purpose. So you can reinforce these. These floors are soft as well, so watch out for ram or fuse or buck or really any of them. Out here, this is dark. Hold on, I forgot to put lights out here. There's supposed to be lights here. Apology. That's a problem. Why didn't that? I know how to build maps. I'm not bad at building maps, I promise. I'm not bad at building maps. Let me just fix this up real quick. Okay, all fixed. So yeah, this is dirt. Put another light there. Put a light here. This, why is, what? I mean, I guess. I'll just leave it. I don't really care much. Um, yeah, this is dirt. You would reinforce those. If you come out here as a defender, this is spotted outdoors. This counts as spotted outdoors. Um, so you have to play from inside here. This is similar to Blue Barrels, which rumor has it that's getting removed from Oregon. Um, and then this is uh, what's it called? Cart, I guess. Because it looks like a cart. Let's put lights here. This leads outside into container, which I'll show you outdoors later. But this is detected outdoors. So if you feel like you need to reinforce this, bring a teammate with you, or just best of luck to you, because you're most likely dying. Um, anyways, that covers it for all the inside parts of the map. Um, let's head back outside, and I'll show you the spawn points and all the outside default cameras. Alright, back outside, and you'll notice that it's stuck at this time of the day, and that is because for this map, this is the time of day that you play on. It's a little lighter than Calypso Casino, a little darker than Cafe. So it's not fully a night map, but it is close to it. I wish they would bring back the night maps. I really do. Um, anyways, let me just put these lamps here. I just forgot to do this. All right, no more building. I finished the map. That's it. All right, let's go to truck spawn. So attackers would spawn either over here or over here, and then um, you cannot spawn peek that window. Yeah, yeah, you can't spawn peek that. Okay, so you're able to go straight over here. Um, the roads are blocked off, so you can't wander too far. Um, most spawn peaks, I made them as difficult as possible. Um, for the defenders, of course, but they are still possible. So be careful if you're pushing from back here. Um, this is a default camera right here. I forgot to show you the one at bus station. Default camera at bus station is right outside main door. This is default camera. Um, you also have this area as well that you can push from, which leads to this wall that I was talking about that you need to be careful of defenders on this window. Um, I put this wall here so that it makes it harder to spawn peek from that window because you would get a direct sight to the street if you had a DMR, of course. This looks spawn peekable, but it's not. I can't actually get in there, but the wall is blocking it and that's barricaded. So unless somebody were to run out, yeah, you can't spawn peek it. Um, then there's over here this little pathway. It's like a secret pathway. It just helps you wrap around really, but it leads to back here, which this is park spawn. So attackers would spawn either here or in here or on the other side over here. And I did this curve thing here so that you can't get spawn peek from that windows and that window. Um, You could go this way or the other way, doesn't matter. Um, this is just a little area, doesn't have any importance to it, just detail for the map. Um, this is container that I was talking about. So you can breach through here and go straight to basement if they're playing basement. Park spawn is a good spawn to use because it's very flexible. You have two different ways you can go, a bunch of different ways to enter the map. Um, and there's even this basement entrance over here as well, which is also why some people would prefer to spawn at pool. So this is pool. Attackers would spawn down here. You have these two ladders that you can pick from, this one or that one. Um, or you can go through these stairs. You have the jacuzzi over here. Um, this is pretty hard to spawn peek. There's like nowhere to spawn peek over here except for those two windows, and that's really it. But they're very easily avoidable as if you were to go out to the side, peek over here, peek this window over here. That window would remain invisible if you come from this side. So attackers will have a really easy time exiting the pool area. Leads directly into minibar. These windows are for sites, so you have this which leads directly into site, and then you have this which leads into reception, and this leads into map. This goes to basement, dirt. Um, bar here, you could rappel up to these windows. So this is very flexible. This is an attacker flexible side of the map to spawn on. Um, truck is okay. I wouldn't spawn truck unless I knew that they were going to this kitchen site, kitchen and what did I call it again? I gotta remember the names of these rooms, dude. Kitchen and warehouse. So if I know they're going kitchen warehouse, I might spawn here. But other than that, it's really the best sites to spawn are park and pool. If they're going red, then I might go from street just to get this wall here. Um, but yeah, this is overhead view of the map. It looks kind of like Oregon and Chalet fused together, if you think about it. I also forgot to mention that there's this soft wall here that you can rappel up to and breach. So a lot of rappel soft walls, kind of like in Calypso. I wanted to add that because that is a new feature that they brought into Siege. But this is my Siege map, Roadhouse. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments, and I will definitely be making more custom Siege maps. So probably not to this scale because I did make this to be like in the middle of the woods, couple buildings like a small town. Um, so I probably won't build anything to this scale again because those trees were annoying to grow out. But I will be making more siege maps, and that is a promise. That's all for me though. I've been Virus. Y'all have been amazing. Stay safe. Peace out. Thank you for watching.